Hello, hello, hello. My name is Ruby Groves Clay, broker of Clay Realty Group and author of Get a Hold of Your Darn Finances. Today, we are going to talk about budgets. Budgets are usually the center of every conversation when it comes to finances because people are afraid to tackle the subject. So a lot of my clients have been asking me since I wrote the book, when are you going to do a budget class? So here it is. Okay, the purpose of this presentation is to get you to think about the choices that you're making with your money, to assist you with creating a roadmap, which will ultimately free you from debt. Now, when it comes to control, you should think of appetites. But appetites just don't relate to food. Appetites are strong desires, cravings, thirst, passions for anything. If you can control your appetite, you can control anything. Manage. When you are budgeting your money, you are practicing management. Every last one of us have some type of managerial skills. We just need to hone in on them and perfect them. When it comes to management, God entrusts you with money, a house, your children. Everything is about management. However, when it comes to managing our money, the problem is that many of us have allowed things to cloud our judgments, and this prevents us from making sound decisions when it comes to our money. Once you've completed this course, I think that you will be on the road to becoming a better steward of your money. In the story of the three talents found in Matthew 25:14 through 30, the story of the three talents is about a man who went on a trip and left different amounts of money with three men according to their ability to handle it. To the first man, he left 5 talents. To the second, he left 2. To the third, he left 1. Then he went off on his little journey. Then he came back and then he asked those people, "What did you do with the money that I gave you?" Well, the first man, he doubled his money. The second man doubled his money. The third man was afraid and buried that money. Man took that money and he gave it to the first man who doubled his money. And that's how God is. See, God is only going to entrust you with what you can handle. So that's why these three people were given different increments of money. Now, let me ask you something. Do you want the house, the car, money in the bank, or do you want to open that business? Go to college, prepare for your retirement, invest in the stock market, clothing, Nike shoes, Netflix. How about Amazon? Don't you want to own a part of these companies instead of always being the consumer? Well, it's all going to start with your budget. And don't get all bent out of shape about the word budget. A budget is like a relationship. If you don't put the work into it, keep it healthy, loving, strong, it's going to fall apart. I'm going to break it down to you further. A budget is nothing but a piece of paper that tells money where to go. Okay, when you get your paycheck, you're going to divide all this money up, little envelopes. You're going to put some in the rent envelope, utilities, groceries, phone bill, etc. That's all a budget is. It's just telling money where to go. Now, this is a fact. You cannot complete a budget without a current credit report. When you are creating a budget, you want to make sure that you have all of your accounts included in your budget, past and delinquent. If you neglect to include these things from your credit report, your budget will be inaccurate. And this will cause you to have shortages in your budget. And then you're going to be put in a situation, do I pay the rent or do I pay my credit card bill? Well, I have to keep a roof over my head, so I'm going to pay my rent and pay the credit card bill next month. You've made the right decision to pay the rent. However, when it comes to that credit, you are now going to have a 30-day late on your credit report. And that could hinder you from purchasing a house, getting that car, or whatever else you're wanting when one of your creditors pull your credit report. A good credit report, 700 to 850. Fair, 600 to 695, and poor, 0 to 599. However, you can get a loan in the 500 credit scores. However, they're going to charge you a higher interest rate, and in the long run, you're going to be losing money. Why budgets don't work? I'm going to tell you. My top 10 reasons why budgets don't work are: people think budgets are equivalent to shackles, prison, doom. I can't do anything. I'm on a budget. Budget abuse in the past. They abuse the budget. Sometimes in marriages or when there's two people working a budget, some people can manipulate the other person. Past failures, pride, laziness leads to fights in a marriage. Don't know how to prepare a budget. Budgets are for nerds, and I've got plenty of money left over after I get my check. I don't need a budget. Okay, so those are my top 10 reasons why budgets don't work. When it comes to a budget, you can prepare a budget from either receipts or go to the bank statement. I prefer going to the bank statement. That bank statement is going to tell me everything. It's going to tell me what you're swiping, if you got any bank fees like overdraft funds or whatever the case may be. That bank statement is going to tell it all. In anything that you do, whether you're building a house, buying a car, whatever, you should sit down and prepare a budget before you do anything. Today, we're going to look at the budget of Judy Graham. She's a federal worker, makes $85,000 a year. Her income is $4,200 a month. Now, that's her take home pay. Her home expenses: transportation, health, charities, subscriptions, daily living, entertainment, savings, obligation, and miscellaneous. Now, we're getting ready to plug this into a budget, and we're going to see if Judy is a responsible steward of her money or if Judy is living paycheck to paycheck. I love Vertex 42. This is a free website that you can go to and you can download the budgets and you can see where you stand when it comes to your finances, what you are or aren't doing. Okay, let's look at Judy Graham's budget. Her monthly income, now this is net after all the taxes have been taken out, insurance have been paid out, her dental and all of that. This is what she brings home, which is $4,200. You got her home expenses: mortgage $790, electric, fire, water, sewer, charter cable, and all of this totals to $1,165. Transportation: she has a car note, auto insurance, fuel, oil, repairs for the car. So that totals $800. Next is health. Now, her health insurance is coming out of her check, but however, she goes to see the chiropractor. So we got to put that $25 in there. Charity and gift. Now, you have to pay your tithes and offering. You have to give the Lord what is His. So do not skip this step because this is where your blessings come in. If you obey the Lord, He will trust you with more. She gives her $420, and if she wants to give an offering, she can, but you got to put it in this budget. Daily living, groceries, beauty, petty, household items. You can add other things to this if your budget dictates that you should, okay? But for Judy, her daily living adds up to $520. Her me money. This is money that she can blow any way she wants to. She has her groceries, she has her beauty, she got everything else taken care of, but this is her personal stash. $300. Savings. She's putting money in her savings account, her emergency fund, and her investment account. Although she also has a 401k with her job, and she also has a Roth IRA, but that doesn't prohibit you from doing other investments. She's preparing for retirement, and that's what you should do. Have you noticed something about this budget? When it comes to obligation, she doesn't have any credit card debt. Although she has a credit card, look, she has them, but they're at zero balance. She doesn't owe anything. The rule of thumb is when you put something on the credit card, pay it off. And Julie is doing this perfectly. Miscellaneous. If you need to put something in the miscellaneous, like there are other things that you might have to put in there, then you have a section to add that. Let's go to the top here, right here where it says budget summary. Judy's income is $4,200 a month, and her expenses are $4,200 a month. And you see the net, it says zero. That means that this is a perfectly balanced budget. She knows where every dime of her money is going. Okay? She got the income, she got the home expenses, she got the transportation taken care of, she got her health, she's given to God, she doesn't have any subscriptions or magazines or anything like that. Daily living, her me money, her savings, but for the most part, this budget is balanced. By me being in real estate, I see hundreds of people come across my desk that make good money and living paycheck to paycheck. And just because a person says I make 100, 200, $300,000 a year, it doesn't matter. But the thing that counts most, how much you're saving, how's your credit card debt? Because when they want to qualify for a loan, that lender is going to look at their debt versus their income, and then they're going to tell us how much of a home you can afford to buy. If you are having money problems, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you just got paid and you don't know where your money is going, then you should ask yourself these questions. On a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you manage your money? Do you have problems with overspending? Do you have enough money to pay all of your bills every month? Do you find yourself making ends meet by using credit cards? Who or what do you spend the most of your money on? Who or what do you spend the least of your money on? How does friends or family impact your spending? Do you shop on a whim? What habits do you need to break? Gambling, drugs, shopping, etc.? What changes can you make when it comes to spending your money? These are some hard questions that only you can answer. So I highly recommend that you be honest with yourself. Advantages versus disadvantages of having money. Advantages, you're worry free, no stress. You're paying your bills, you're saving money, you're doing a little bit of traveling, you give freely. Just not to the church. How about if you see someone on the streets that's homeless and you want to help out? How about if you want to help out another ministry? Then you can do that. On the flip side of this, some of the disadvantages are you're worried, you're stressed, barely making ends meet, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and in some instances, you're dependent upon the government. But what a lot of us have to be careful about are purchase traps. Purchase traps are here to get you off course by convincing you that you need things. So it's very important that you control that appetite. Now, these are some of the top reasons how people are getting trapped in the purchase trap. Those who seek instant gratification, window shopping, test driving a car, shopping on a whim, taking unplanned trips, and unplanned dining. They get caught up in the latest trends, confused with buying bulk with saving money, attend theaters or events without budgeting for them, saying that it's only $20 and putting it on that charge card, and a whole lot more. And I'm pretty sure you can come up with your own list. Vision and purpose. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. But he that keeps the law, happy is he. And this is found in Proverbs 28:18. What keeps me in line are my visions, my goals, and my purpose. I have a vision board. On my vision board, I have the house that I want. I have that new car that I want to see myself driving. I have a check written out to myself as to how much income that I want to receive every month. I have on there inspirational quotes or my bucket list. Whatever the case may be, you are keeping your vision, keeping your purpose, and keeping your goals right there so that you can move towards them. So when you see those brand new shoes come up on your Facebook news feed, then you're going to be like, I want my house. I want my car. So if you're wanting to go to the next level when it comes to your finances, are you ready? Are you ready to change your life? So right now, I am going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to sign up for my Get a Hold of Your Doing Finance 30-day challenge. In this challenge, you're going to receive the book, the workbook, and the course. You can order the mugs. They're coming up pretty soon. What are we going to master in this course? We're going to master these problems: the credit game, the money game, budgeting, investing, estate planning, and more. When you finish this course, you will have a better understanding of how money works, and I guarantee you, you will never treat money the same as you've been doing before. You get all three: the book, the workbook, and the course for $97. You can buy them a la carte. You can buy the book for $14.95. The workbook and book, if you buy them together, you'll get those for $31. But however, if you buy the workbook and the book on your own, and then you get to a point and you say, well, I really need some help. I really want to do this with the group. I really want to take advantages of all the other things that she has to offer. Then when you come back to buy that course, it's going to cost you $150 just for the course alone. So my advice to you is to get it now for the $97. This is a limited time offer. Remember, whatever you decide when it comes to your budget, when it comes to your life, your family, failing to plan is planning to fail. You want to make sure that you map out a plan for yourself, for your family, for your future. It's never too late to start planning. I recommend that you start teaching your kids now finance, getting them to do a vision board so they can run towards their goals. Again, my name is Ruby Groves Clay, and thank you for attending my course.